What is up guys, it is Lely and today I'm going to show you some of the new things coming to PES 2017. First we're going to start off with the advanced instructions, then we're going to move on to the new stats that are actually introduced in the game, and then we're going to move on to the new legends which are introduced, and I'll tell you them right at the end. But first let's start off with the advanced instructions. You'll be able to read them as we go through, but they're pretty self-explanatory. They are very effective, by the way. When I say they're effective, I mean they actually do what you expect them to do, and they you can actually see it happening on the pitch. So the first one is hug the touchline, and this is basically no matter where the ball is, the wingers will stay out wide. Normally what happens is if the ball is on the right wing, the left winger tucks in and so on like that, so the play goes to that side, but you're telling your players to stay out wide no matter what happens. So very effective, very easy to notice when this happens. The next one we move on to is attacking fullbacks. So here the wingers tuck in, the defensive midfielder drops back, and your wingbacks overlap, and again very easy to spot and can be very useful when you're trying to stretch a team out. So moving on to wing rotation, and this is basically saying if you've got the ball with the right winger, so for example you got the ball with Messi, Iniesta will make a run down the lane for Messi, so there's a passing option. Iniesta will leave space for others to run into midfield by trying to track a defender with him. So that basically makes more dummy runners and tries to open up space in the middle of the park. So moving on to tiki-taka, and that doesn't really need explaining. Just think of Barcelona, you always have close passing options, but it's not ones that will actually take you forward. It's more of a way of just holding the ball, making sure that you can control the game. So don't think of as I'm going to tiki-taka my way all the way up the box. It's not that simple. It's just more of a way of getting a control, a grip of the game. So moving on to false nine, and it's very similar to wing rotation in the sense that the winger's trying to create space for others, but you're doing it from the wider angle. But with false nine, you're doing it with obviously your centre forward who drops deep, so he's still creating space for others to run into, but you're doing it in a more central approach. So moving on to centering targets, and this is basically a way of saying to everyone, when my wingers have got the ball, everyone just get the hell in the box because we are going to score from crosses. So this is just basically telling everyone when my wingers are on the ball, just get in the box. That's what this one basically is. So moving on to the last attacking option, and we go on to false fullback. Now the best example I can think of right off the top of my head is David Alaba and Hector Bellerin. So they're not the ones that just always do overlapping runs. They actually do make runs going into the, well, I say box or into the midfield, maybe not into the box, not that high up, but they definitely make runs going closer to your centre mids and, you know, basically cramp out that midfield for you as well. So the idea is to, like it says, have more numbers in midfield, and you know, you can attack more centrally like that as well. So moving on to the defensive instructions, and we start off with tight marking. Now, I think a few of you will already be saying, has mark settings gone? Well, no, mark settings hasn't gone. The difference between this and mark settings is if you use mark settings, you'll say to PK, you mark out Ronaldo. That's it. So PK's job will be to mark out Ronaldo. But if you do it through tight marking, so when you click on tight marking, it'll give you the option of who do you want to mark out. If you click Ronaldo, it'll be done as a team effort. So if Ronaldo's playing as centre forward, it will be PK and Mascherano that will be marking him tightly. If he moves to the right wing, then it'll be the left back, and maybe the other centre back might help him as well, and so on. So wherever that player goes, he will be marked tightly, and it will be done as a collective unit, not just a one person. And you can actually do it with two players as well if you set both of your defensive ones as tight marking. So the next one is deep defensive line. I really shouldn't have to tell you what that is, but it does leave a bit of space in front of the defenders to the midfielders, so it makes it a bit easier for the opposition to play in front of your defense, but to get in and behind isn't going to be that easy. Again, the name of the title gives it away. Just chuck everyone in the box and make sure nothing that gets in the box is easy to basically get through you. So when you've got that many bodies in the box, it says that, you know, shots from range are obviously a lot easier to pull off because they've got the extra space outside. But trust me, a lot of blocking happens in this game as long as you position your defenders right. So it can make life very difficult for the attacking team. Now moving on to counter target, and this one is very interesting, and you'll see me play about with this one when you see me play as Barcelona. For now, I'll just tell you that all it does is it keeps strikers up there. They don't be hustling and bustling to come back, and even when the ball's up there, they don't break their gut to, you know, go track that ball down. So it conserves a player's stamina. So if you think someone's got weak stamina and you want to keep them on the pitch at all times, then use this counter target, and it won't do all the running back, and you will see it very effective. It will keep their stamina high up. So if someone says that Messi's got bad stamina, and you don't want him to come back, you put him into this counter target strategy and he'll still have stamina right at the end of the game, because you will actually visibly see that Messi doesn't come back, and it looks very lazy, but it's what you're asking him to do. You want him to conserve that stamina. And going into the last defensive instruction is the Gegen press. The best way I can describe this is as, just think of Jurgen Klopp's pressing style, very stamina consuming, so you only really want to be using this at little spells in the game, because if you do it for too long, your player stamina will drain, and when they fatigue in this game, you will feel the effects of fatigue. So again, I would recommend only using this in spells in the game, and even if you did do it throughout the whole match, it would become not so easy, but it'd become easier for the opposition to play against, because they would then get to the rhythm of your team's tempo and just play around that. So if you use it in spells, it's harder for the opposition to actually play against it as well. So now I'm going to let you see a few player stats, and I'm not actually going to talk about the player stats. I'm going to talk about two new stats that you can see. If you look right at the bottom of the list, you can see body control and physical contact. Now with these two new stats, body control and physical contact, I can't tell you exactly what they do. I'm just gathering my knowledge from comparing the players. So when I look at Pogba, Suarez, Godin, compare them to Neymar and Messi, and you look at their body control, the players that have really good body control are the players that I think have a really good low center of gravity. So I'm guessing that's what it's based around there. So you'll notice that Godin and Pogba have below 80 for body control, but Messi and Neymar are above 90. And when it comes to physical contact, this confuses me ever so slightly, because I thought Godin would be a bit stronger. So I was thinking it's just about, you know, shoulder barges and things like that, and, you know, air collisions, that sort of stuff. But when I see Godin's, it kind of confuses me, because I think he should be higher than 82. I just don't know if that's bad stat making, or if I'm a bit wrong on what it actually is, because other players, again, Messi and them lot are below, I think Messi's actually just above 80, but you look at some of the smaller players, they are below 80 in that department. So that's kind of confusing, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm right, or if, you know, what use it is. So moving on to the last bit of huge news, and we have some amazing legends coming to PES 2017, and I'm going to start off with the biggest one, the real Ronaldo, the one you call Fat Ronaldo. Yes, him, the real Ronaldo is here. That was a terrible impression of Jose, wasn't it? But yeah, you get my point, lads. He is the one legend that everyone wanted. All the FIFA fans, they would trade in, I know they trade in pretty much all the legends to get this one. This is the legend of all legends. And Maradona. But yeah, this is the legend of all legends. Not only do we have Ronaldo, we have Rivaldo, we have Ronaldinho, we have Xavi, we have Puyol, and we have Luis Enrique. They're just 6 of the Barcelona legends that we're going to have joining the game. They said that there are up to, I think there is going to be 20 legends joining PES My Club that will be slowly released throughout the year. But it doesn't just stop there. You can actually get these legends in Master League, but to do that you have to actually pack them in My Club to then unlock them for Master League. I don't know if you have to actually purchase them in Master League as well once you unlock them, but that is something we'll find out once we get into the game mode ourselves. I almost forgot to say that I have seen these players' faces already, and they look amazing. They said that it took 5 days to create each player's face, so trust me guys, the detail on these players look amazing. And also guys, there are going to be more licensed surprises. I say surprises because even I don't know yet, but they say that they're going to announce them at Gamescom, which is around the 20th of August. So guys, that's the end of this video. Make sure you stick around, because there are plenty of PES 2017 gameplay matches coming up on this channel right now, so make sure you're subscribed to that. If you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, much appreciated in advance. And until next time guys,